Hey Jonathan, so I'm really excited that you're going to get to start working on your website, and I'm specifically making videos just for you so that I can walk you through some of the basics that you need. It's not going to exactly be what everybody else is working on. I said you would have the option to do your website on anything. So for instance, if you want to make it on comics that you love, or on video game design, or if you want to make the website about like reviewing different videos or different video games that you love, like it's up to you. I want you to be able to enjoy it and not find it quote unquote like boring. So the first thing that you need to do is open Notepad. So I have it easily up here, but you don't. You'd have to look for it. So you click the start button down here and you type Notepad and you click it, and it's untitled right now. You need to save it. So we're going to click File, Save As, and I would save it to the desktop. So let's just save it as Jonathan Valencia period HTML. The period HTML is really important. If you don't put that period HTML at the end of it, it's not going to work. So you're going to notice on the desktop over here, it's going to appear somewhere once you save it. So let's click Save, and there it is. It just appeared right there as a little browser. Okay, perfect. So you have to have Notepad open. At the same time, you also need to have your website version, and obviously there's nothing right now because your Notepad is blank. So as soon as you start adding things to this, like you need an opening HTML tag, I'm going to go all the way down, a closing HTML tag, like that, opening body, and a closing body. Now right now this doesn't make sense, but it will as soon as you start seeing how you add things and it shows up. So this basically is kind of like a perimeter for your website. Like it just establishes your Notepad as a website. So let's start by adding basically just a heading. So let's do H1, which stands for heading 1. And let's say you were doing your website about the Guardians of the Galaxy, because you know we both love that movie and it's awesome. So Guardians of the Galaxy, that's your title inside of your H1. So you need a closing H1. Now you're going to constantly have to save and refresh your page just to see all the updates. So I press Control S is a shortcut, or you can go here and File, Save. Either way works. So now you go to your web version and you click refresh, and there's your title. But we need to make it a little bit better, a little more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So we can do a few things. And you can definitely pause whenever you want through this video. It's for you. So I recommend not watching the whole thing through. I recommend pausing the video so that you can go and do things with me rather than just watch the whole thing where you can kind of just like miss something or you forget something. So pause if you need to. Okay, so you're probably back. So now we can center your title. And I always think the title just looks better when it's centered. It's just my opinion though. So maybe you might not want to center, but I think it looks cool. So you have your opening center, and if you've noticed, closing tags have a little /. You need that to close it. If not, it won't work. It'll like look weird on your web page. So let's hit File, Save, and then let's refresh. So now it's centered. Some other things that we can do. We can add a cool font. We want to make the font different. Maybe you think this font's a little boring. I think it's a little boring, so let's change it up a little. We can do font face equals Courier New, which is one of my favorite fonts, but you might not like it. I'll show you in a second how to find different fonts for HTML. So font face equals Courier New space font size equals, I don't know, let's try 6. And in this case, we don't need that other, we don't need that / yet, and I'll explain that later. Just leave it like that for right now. So font face equals Courier New, font size equals 6. If you notice, you definitely need one space there. If not, if you put it together, again, it won't work. So let's hit File, Save, and then refresh, and there you have a cooler title. Okay, So we have font face, we have font size. Now let's look at adding some color to your website. Now in order to do that, you need to go behind that opening body tag and you're going to type body BG color equals. Very important. Body BG color. BG color in this case is together. BG stands for background. Now you can, and I've already opened this up, I left it open, but in order to find the color codes for your HTML, you can just type HTML color in Google and then basically go to that first website. Now I'm just going to choose a random color. This is up to you. You can choose whatever color you want. I'm going to choose this kind of like darker red. Let's make that your body background color. And it needs to be in quotation marks. Again, if you miss something, if something tiny will make it not work. So you need to make sure you're paying attention to that, those small little details. So that will be the background color, but let's make the text color like a dark blue. And I'm just going to set up those quotation marks so that I can just paste it inside of them. I'm going to use this nice blue over here. And I need my hashtag number and that number that I just pasted. And I'm going to close it up like that. And I'm going to hit File, Save. And I'm going to go back to your website and see if it's appeared. And it has. So now you have a nice color going on for you. Okay, so a few other things that I want you to do or learn how to do, and these are very important basics. Add a picture. So let's say you're browsing on Google and you go to images, and let's say you are doing it on, let's say you are doing it on Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm going to type Guardians Galaxy. Just a little side note, make sure whatever you do your website on, it's something appropriate, nothing crazy. So, I don't know. I love rocket, so let's choose a rocket. Oh, you know, this one's cool. Okay, so you click the picture, you right click over it, and you want to save it to your desktop. So you're going to hit Save Image As, and you're going to save it. So I'm going to save it as rocket, just rocket, and we're going to save it as rocket period JPG. That's just the name of the file. Okay, that's important too. So rocket period JPG, and then click Save. So now I know that I have it on my desktop because I just saved it and it's right up here. So I have it there. Okay. So what do? I want to add it here. Now we need an opening tag that says IMG SRC equals, and we're going to type in the name of that picture that we just saved, which is rocket, and you can see right here, rocket period JPG. So I'm going to try to save it like that, but there might be something else we need to add to it, so we're just going to see, check it out. So we're going to click File, Save. I'm going to go here. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to go over here, and there's your picture. Now that might be too small, you might want a different picture, and if we tried to play around with the picture size, that might work, but it also might not work because this picture might have been meant to be that small, but we'll see. So let's center it. I think centering the picture would be good. And hit refresh. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here so that you can create this first part of your website, and then in the next video I'll show you how to add a paragraph, a little title for up here, just basically how to add a video, very essential basics that you're going to need to know. And that's it.